Hi, this is Kate, and this is your Dickman Farms Smart Gardening Tip. It's time to winterize and deer-proof. It's that time of year when you get ready before snow flies and it's still nice enough to work outside. Get ready for spring so you have little and less to do when you get there and you can just enjoy. So one of the things, or two of the things that we see is winterizing. So you have evergreens, and evergreens, they hold their leaves and needles through the winter. They're always green. Now they can come in yellow and other things, but for the most part that means that through the winter, snow's going to act on them, wind's going to act on them, deer, rabbits, all of those forces are going to be on there acting on those plants. So one of the things we can do is we can insulate those nice evergreen leaves with a physical barrier. And what that would do, and I'm using these 4 stakes here right around the 4 corners of this plant. I'm creating a square, and then what I would do, I would pound these down so they're sturdy and in the ground, and I would take burlap, and I would just burlap around this plant, giving it a little room. It'll slow down the winter wind, and it would act as a physical barrier for deer so that they can't get to it, or other animals. Now this being a boxwood, the other thing is it's evergreen again, and so when high winter wind, if we didn't do that physical barrier this way, when high winter wind blows across this, these leaves, the little cells, they open up and they can lose moisture. So this particular product, called Wilt-Proof, will actually help to seal those leaf surfaces and minimize or totally get rid of that damage that you see, sort of that oranging or bright white that you see in the spring that you have to cut out. This product helps minimize that damage. It'll tell you what you can treat it on, what other plants. Believe it or not, things like Japanese maples, if you have a small one, may also benefit. They have tiny little buds, and that'll help those little buds survive through our heavy winter winds that we sometimes get. If you have a big area to do, we have it in concentrate. Mix it with water, spray it on above freezing, and on a day it can dry, you're ready to go. You might have to reapply in the middle of winter on a thaw day, but that's it. It's really a little bit of work for a lot of advantage. So the other thing, you can use it on things like this rose here. Now roses, they have little buds as well that'll help seal them. Some other shrubs, they'll do work as well too. But roses like to get munched on. Yews like to get munched on. Animals are hungry in the winter. There's not a lot to eat, so they dig and they paw to get to your plants. You can work with repellents. You want to use them 1 month, next month it'll tell you how much to use and what you can use them on, how often to apply. But by keeping them out of the habit now, you'll help mitigate damage in the winter so you don't have any. So that's another thing you can do. Other thing, all-season spray oil. It's a dormant oil. If you have trouble with disease and insects, this works as a smothering agent. So it's a good thing to have if you have chronic problems. It'll get rid of eggs and things that might be there over the winter. My final little tip for you. Plants like roses, butterfly bushes, some hydrangeas, they like to have mulch heaped up around their base so they have a nice, snugly warm spot to be for the winter. This is going to act just like the jacket I'm wearing today for this plant. Going to keep it warm and toasty all winter long. You'll take it off when spring growth starts, usually in March sometime. Pull it back. We're not going to get those heavy winter winds. Let her go. She's ready for spring. Until we see you again, this has been your Dickman Farms Smart Gardening Tip.